What's poppin' YouTube? It's FSUETL. Today I came back with another Pokemon Go video, and today we actually have some crazy update news for you guys. It actually makes a lot of sense. This update news actually explains the reason why we got a starter Pokemon special event to start off the new year. Because originally, some people were kind of pissed off, like, okay, why are we getting a starter Pokemon special event when we should be seeing, legendary Pokemon or some more Gen 2 Pokemon? Well, there's actually a reason why Niantic did the starter Pokemon special event, and I wish they told us this because it would have made so much more sense. But this update news kind of does correlate with it, and I'm going to share this in today's video. So this update news is regarding the release of Generation 2 and what exactly we should see in the next week or so from Niantic, and it does hold some ground. But before I get into today's information-packed video, I do want to mention that I am going to be doing a giveaway to kick off 2017, and I partnered with flameaccounts.com to do this giveaway, and they are hooking me up with 3 level 35 Pokemon Go accounts to give away. And in addition, they're also going to give away 10 iTunes and Google Play gift cards. So if you want to enter this massive giveaway for iTunes cards, Google Play cards, and some Pokemon Go accounts, all you have to do to enter is simply subscribe to the channel right now, and also make sure you smack a like on this video. So subscribe and like to enter yourself in this giveaway, and also drop a comment as well on this video letting me know what you want to win. So if you are selected as the winner, I already know what you want to win, so it saves me a little bit of time. So go ahead and comment iTunes or Google Play or Pokemon Go account, whatever you want to win in this giveaway. And if you are selected as the winner, which there will be many, it's going to save me some time on giving you what you want in the giveaway. But anyway, in regards to Pokemon Go, the reason why we got a starter Pokemon special event to start off the year was not to, celebrate a great year of Pokemon Go or whatever we originally thought it was. The reason why we got the starter Pokemon in the special event, which actually ends on the 8th, which is this coming Sunday. So actually it's ending pretty soon, so I'd recommend to go out there and try to waste some Pokeballs on these starter Pokemon. But the reason why it's not only to get Niantic a little bit more money, because starter Pokemon, their catch rate is pretty low, so you kind of tend to throw a lot of Pokeballs at it. It gets Niantic a little bit more cash, but also because the Generation 1 Pokemon are only going to be in the game for so much more longer, meaning that Niantic is actually planning on they're going to stop putting out the Gen 1 Pokemon, and we're no longer going to see them in the wild. And then very soon, once they stop, spawning Gen 1 Pokemon, we're going to see Generation 2, in its entirety, released in the Pokédex. So originally, people were thinking, including myself, that Niantic was actually going to slowly release Generation 2 and release like 5 Pokemon here, 5 Pokemon one week, and then a few Pokemon the next week. It turns out they just kind of tested it, in December when they released some baby Pokemon and eggs, because we're only going to be able to get baby Pokemon and eggs. It makes sense, I guess. But they're going to release the rest of Generation 2 apparently this month or sometime very soon, which is the reason why we had the starter Pokemon special event, because it was like our last chance to get the starter Pokemon and to fill up our Pokédex before Niantic pretty much cuts ties with Generation 1, and then we're no longer going to see at least the majority of Generation 1 spawning, and instead we're going to see all of Gen 2 spawning. So the entire Gen 2 Pokédex in its entirety is going to start spawning very soon in Pokemon Go. Niantic's probably going to make an official announcement, I would say next week or sometime very soon, and then we should see an update sometime in the middle of January for Generation 2, unless Niantic, has one of those great ideas where they're like, let's delay this update. I mean, they always do that. It seems like Niantic delays like every major update. It's actually crazy. I mean, believe it or not, Niantic actually delayed trading. Trading was supposed to come out in fall of last year, but we did not get trading. And the only reason why, well, I bet there were some other reasons, but the main reason why we did not get trading is because Niantic wanted to focus on the new tracker, and then we got the new tracker instead. I'm not sure if I would have rather had the new tracker or trading, but looking back on it, I mean, the tracker's pretty good, but trading would have been pretty nice to have. But I mean, I guess Niantic's going to put some more time and energy into trading, because we are supposed to see trading sometime soon as well. But hopefully Niantic doesn't, get a smart idea to, delay Gen 2 until like summer or something stupid. So far, looks like everything is on track that we should be seeing Generation 2 come very soon. A lot of people are kind of questioning, like, why would Niantic, just stop spawning Gen 1 Pokemon and start spawning only Generation 2 Pokemon after the next update? And the reason why, it might be too much for the servers. I mean, I remember when the game first came out, the servers were glitching left and right, and they did fix the servers a little bit, but the servers servers aren't perfect, you know? They don't glitch as much as they used to be by a long shot, but the servers, I don't think they'll be able to handle Generation 2 and the current Generation 1 spawn rates in the game. That just seems like too much for Niantic servers to handle. And in addition to that, you know, once the Generation 2 update comes along, there's going to be more people playing the game as well, and there's probably going to be some other bonus features that Niantic's going to add in the game. So this is going to put a lot of stress on the servers. So I feel like what Niantic's trying to do is they're going to stop spawning Generation 1 Pokemon and then make it only Generation 2 for at least a limited amount of time, maybe for the future of Pokemon Go. And the reason why is because I think they're just trying to limit the stress on the servers and make it so there's, you know, the game just doesn't have so much coding information in it and it's not such a big download and all that. I think they're just trying to limit some of that stuff. And also, I mean, it makes us focus on getting the Gen 2 Pokédex as well when you think about it. It's kind of like a fresh start too. We're going to keep like our level, obviously. So, you know, for example, if you're like level 30, you're going to stay level 30 after the Generation 2 update, but you'll be catching Gen 2 Pokemon for now on. So if you have a few Pokemon from Generation 1 that are not in your Pokédex yet, I would recommend trying to find them because it looks like Niantic might, you know, start spawning only Gen 2 Pokemon in the near future after the next update, which I would expect to be in the middle of January, but it could be delayed until February. But, you know, it looks like Niantic is shooting for the middle of January because that's the reason why they had the starter Pokemon special event in the beginning of January for the first place. Was so it's like our last chance to get the starter Pokemon if we haven't already, because, you know, Niantic's going to be spawning Gen 2 Pokemon sometime very soon. And it still might be, you know, they might still spawn Gen 1 Pokemon. Don't, you know, like, they still might spawn both generations at the same time. But I don't think they'll be spawning all of Gen 1 or vice versa, all of Gen 2, because that's like 200 Pokemon they got to spawn it. I mean, that just seems like a, you know, that's crazy, right? That's just, I mean, I think there's like 270 something in the Pokédex with Generation 1 and Gen 2 combined. So that's a lot of Pokemon they would need to spawn in on the map. And like I said, Niantic servers can only handle so much stress, and it would make it very hectic with the servers and such. So that's why Niantic has plans to release only Generation 2 at first, and then maybe down the road they'll be able to actually combine Gen 1 and Gen 2 together and make them kind of spawn together on the map. But that's kind of the reason why Niantic, I mean, at least in my opinion, that's why they slowly started releasing Gen 2. They kind of wanted to test it with releasing the baby Pokemon and the eggs, but that still doesn't explain why we did not get Tyrogue, because I'm like 100% sure Tyrogue is a baby Pokemon from Gen 2. Why didn't we get it in December? I don't know. Maybe we'll see it sometime in the near future. Maybe they'll be doing something special for Tyrogue's release. I don't know. But it looks like Niantic's goal is to release the Generation 2 in its entirety very soon, actually. So, you know, a lot of people, like I said, you know, earlier in the video, they were originally thinking, oh, well, Niantic's just gonna, you know, they're gonna money hoard this thing. You know, that's kind of smart as a business, right? The money hoard, as I like to say. They're gonna slowly release Generation 2. They're gonna release 5 here, 5 here, 5 over here, a few over there. You know, they're gonna slowly release it up until like summer or something crazy like that. But no, it looks like Niantic is gonna actually listen to the community, and they're gonna actually, you know, they're just gonna drop Generation 2 sometime very soon. So go ahead and start the Gen 2 hype in the comments, dude, because Generation 2 is coming sooner than we thought, and you know, I'm actually pretty stoked for it, because I was originally thinking, oh, okay, my original plans for January was we're gonna get like 5 new Gen 2 Pokemon, like Umbreon, Espeon, and Slowking or something like that, Kingdra as well, and then we're probably going to get breeding at the end of the month. But it looks like Niantic's going to just drop Gen 2, and they might just delay breeding until next month, or we could still see breeding in Pokemon Go, but that'll be either at the end of January or probably early February. Now that I think about it, it looks like Niantic has plans to just drop Generation 2 in January, and then we're going to see breeding in February, and then trading also in February. I don't think they might drop trading with Generation 2 when you think about it. They kind of fit together. New Pokemon, the ability to trade Pokemon, they work hand in hand. But nevertheless, there's a big update coming in January. So, you know, regardless, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any update news, because we got a hectic month full of update news for Pokemon Go, and it definitely looks like a ton of hype. So, you know, don't get your hopes totally up yet. I mean, Niantic has a tendency of delaying stuff and making stupid business decisions, as we've seen in the past. But looking at, what Niantic has been doing so far to kind of lead up to it, I mean, the starter Pokemon special event makes sense. They want you to catch all the starters before they release Gen 2, and then, they release baby Pokemon in December. I mean, it looks like it's clearly leading up to a big release of Generation 2, and in addition to this, we have a lot of stuff in the coding that's actually hinting towards a Gen 2 release in January. It looks like some of the data miners on Reddit went through the coding once again and found more information for, like, movesets and stuff, and, like, all the 3D models for, like, the Gen 2 Pokemon. So, I mean, it's clear that they're planning on releasing Gen 2 either all at once, or even if they slowly release it, they're going to have Gen 2, like, made already. Like, Generation 2 is practically finished at this point. Niantic just needs to flip the switch on when we get it. So, hopefully they flip that switch sometime soon, because I'm ready for Gen 2, and I can definitely tell the entire Pokemon Go community is ready for Gen 2. I'd be happy with them just not releasing. I take that back. What I mean to say is I would be happy with them cutting off Gen 1 and releasing Gen 2 and then making it so we can only catch Gen 2 Pokemon. Let me know in the comments, though, what your opinion is on that. Do you think that would be a good idea for Niantic to do, to kind of stop spawning the Gen 1 Pokemon, which are the current Pokemon in the game, and instead to make it only the new Pokemon spawning? What are your opinions on that? I feel like there's going to be some mixed opinions because a lot of people, including myself, they don't have the Pokédex completed, and, even the legendaries from Gen 1, it kind of would be pretty stupid to stop spawning Gen 1 and then spawn Gen 2 when we haven't even gotten the legendaries yet, or at least had a chance to get the legendaries. So there's gonna be some mixed opinions on that. I'm a fan of Gen 2, so I would be totally happy with them only spawning Generation 2, even if it's for a limited time. I would still be very happy with that. Maybe Niantic can actually do a thing where, like, maybe even you can play on different servers of Pokemon Go, like one server spawns Gen 1 and the other server spawns Gen 2. That'd be pretty cool. But regardless, the future is very bright for Pokemon Go, as I tend to say. But in all seriousness, it is. Like, we're going to be getting Gen 2, a big Gen 2 update sometime very soon. In addition, breeding is coming at the end of January or early February. It looks like it's going to be February now because it looks like they're kind of focusing on Gen 2. So February, we see breeding, and then that's going to add male Pokemon, female Pokemon. Bang, bang, shoot them up. You get, your baby Pokemon eggs. Breeding is going to be tons of hype. And then in addition, trading is also supposed to come in early 2017. And battling friends, we should see before the summer. So, this portion of 2017, the early 2017, which is right now, and then spring, we're supposed to be seeing a ton of stuff be added to Pokemon Go. So, and it hasn't even been a year yet. Like, when you think about it, Pokemon Go hasn't even been out for a year, and we're already getting all this shit. So, the future is very bright for Pokemon Go, I have to say. But one thing I would have to say, the biggest failure of 2016, the Pokemon Go Plus. I didn't buy one of those. I feel like no one bought any of the Pokemon Go Pluses. If you own a Pokemon Go Plus item, let me know in the comments below. I just saw it pop up on my computer screen, and I just thought of it. I was like, holy shit, dude, I totally forgot the Pokemon Go Plus even exists. I've never seen anyone out in the wild walking around with one of those. One thing Niantic can definitely make better is the Pokemon Go Plus as well. Anyway, peace out, YouTube. Subscribe for more. Make sure you subscribe and like this video to enter the massive giveaway that I'm doing for January. And then once again, comment hashtag Gen2 hype in the comments below to show me you made it to the end of the video. And by commenting hashtag Gen2 hype, it shows me you made it to the end, so it increases your chances at winning the giveaway, baby. So hashtag Gen2 hype in the comments below, and share this video with your friends as well to increase your chances at the giveaway, and also to let them know this amazing update news we have. Hashtag Gen2 hype in the comments, like I said. Peace out, YouTube. Subscribe for more, and as always, stay sexy.